Hey, what's up guys? It's LEGO Hobo 910 here with another LEGO video. And in this video, I'm reviewing set number 75267, the LEGO Star Wars Mandalorian Battle Pack based on, of course, The Mandalorian. So let's get right into the review. So first off, before we actually look closely at these main builds, something that I want to show you that's kind of neat and is most definitely intentional is how similar this is to the original Clone Wars Mandalorian Battle Pack with, of course, the blue Mandalorians from, the Clone Wars era on Mandalore instead of the remnant Mandalorian groups. You have this one little turret build. This one is obviously more kind of just based on rubble and ruins in this actual turret. And you have two separate speeders. They even use a lot of similar building techniques and pieces such as these here and have kind of similar shaped backs. This one, however, is much larger. So that's just something kind of neat that I wanted to point out, the fact that they made the builds pay homage to the original battle packs. Now let's move those out of the way and look at the little turret here closer. So with the turret, you take the stud shooter out of the Mandalorian's hand who you want to man it, and then put it on the jumper plate there, then just put them in there, and now they have a turret. It's a pretty simple little build, it's just some rock formations. It looks good though. And then also there is a clip over there to hold any extra weapons, such as for the person riding the speeder bike, which I think is a nice little bit of added detail there that is really functional and works well. And so yeah, this is just a really simple little build, and if you don't want to use it as a turret as well, you can just put them behind there, not put the gun in there, and just use it as like some cover. So now let's look at the much more complex speeder. So here's the speeder build, which I think overall looks pretty good. It is a bit bulky near the front with the stud shooters, and if you don't like them, it's easy enough to just take them off. It does look slightly slim there when you take them off, but I don't think it's too bad, and it'd still work fine taking them off if you really don't like them. I don't mind them too much, so I'll keep them on, and also, for the sake of the review, so that way you can see them. It's just regular stud shooters, and of course the set comes with a full refill for the stud shooters as well as the minifigure held stud shooters. And I like the kind of two tones of this, where it's light gray here, dark tan here, and then dark and light gray on opposite sides, so it's not perfectly symmetrical. The thruster here also looks kind of nice, which is something the original one didn't have. And I like the fins here, which once again are built to pay homage to the original one with same fin designs. I also like the little transparent tile there, which you can imagine is like kind of a searchlight or headlights on the front, so that way, he can see better in the dark. And yeah, overall I like the speeder. I like the shaping on the side here with the slanted plate and then the grill tile there. Slanted grill tile specifically. Overall, I think it looks pretty good. There really isn't too much to say about it. So now let's move on to minifigures. So being a battle pack, of course, it comes with 4 minifigures. We're going to look at these 2 first. Something that makes this battle pack really unique is every single figure is different. Normally it's just like 4 identical stormtroopers, which makes sense and works well. But I think that really makes this battle pack pop. Now, there is a slight problem with that, though. Normally, like, if it just comes with 2 or 3 different types of figures, I can just put one on there and just say, oh, there's 3 of them. And it works fine. But I only have 3 spots on my stand, and there's 4 figures, so we're just going to break it up into groups of 2. We're going to start with the 2 female Mandalorians, and also the 2 with the antennas. You can tell they're female because the visors slightly curved there, whereas the male ones just have regular, flat visors like that are just a straight T. If the camera focuses there, you can see a bit better. Whereas they have the kind of slightly V'd visors. Overall, I think they look really good. Of course, just using the regular Mandalorian helmet. We'll start with this one on the side. I like the color scheme here with the dark tan and the sand blue, as well as the chest armor looks pretty good. The little bit of orange there is nice, and the gray helmet. She has a black cape, and the printing on the legs is pretty simple, but is effective and works well. Overall, I just think these figures look fantastic. There really isn't that much to say about them. Then if I take off the helmet to show the face, of course it's just black because, they don't show their faces because this is the way. And that's the same for all of them. I'm not going to bother taking the helmets off for the other 2. You can just trust me on it. This one then has a brown cape. I like the dark blue and green color scheme. I think it looks really neat and kind of pops. Kind of is like, I don't know, gives me a kind of sea underwater vibe. I also like the olive green kind of long cloth skirt, I guess. I don't know the term. Kama, I think it is the term. K-M-A-A. And then the chest armor, of course, is very similar. This one is slightly different, however, as you can see, it has a slight bit under, whereas that one doesn't. All these figures are very unique, and that definitely helps. And then if I lift up the capes, you can see the back printing on them. You know, it's just kind of the back plates of the armor. These two are pretty similar. I also like how all over the armor there's tiny little scuffs and scratches and dings, you know, like up there, you can see it there, which makes sense, you know, this is kind of a falling apart Mandalorian society. So now let's look at the other two. Here are the two male Mandalorians. On the left we have one who has kind of a brown and dark orange color scheme. Then on the right here we have my personal favorite, which has the gray and then medium azure color scheme. We're going to start with this one. I really like this one as well. I think the color scheme on him is just very nice. I also like the kind of silver V's reminiscent of Captain Rex's helmet. I wish there was leg printing, though. The fact that there isn't any looks kind of odd. And then, you know, the torso printing is pretty similar to the others, just, you know, with this one's color scheme. And then the back printing, once again, very similar, just the back plate and the continuation of the belt. And then, once again, no head, just a blank head. Now, this is my favorite. I just really like the way the color scheme looks, and it really stands out and pops. I also like the knee pads printed on the legs. And I don't know, just something about the gray color scheme looks good to me. And then, like, the torso, if you look here, is in sand blue, and the arms are, like, silver. I just think the colors just mesh very well and look nice together, and I also like the little bits of purple along the helmet there. Kind of, like, splattered as well, so it's not, like, a perfect paint job. It looks really kind of neat. Then the olive green cape as well is pretty nice. But then, of course, just, you know, pretty standard back plate once again. So, yeah, that's all for the minifigures. So overall, I really like this battle pack, and I'm probably going to end up picking up a second one, just because these minifigures are excellent, and, you know, especially for a battle pack, they're really great. I do wish that they had jetpacks, though, but that's a little much to ask from a battle pack, as, you know, they're already more intricate than most figures, and also have the capes, since, you know, most battle packs are just, like, 4 identical stormtroopers, which, you know, even though they still have good print quality, it's a lot easier to make, and also they don't, you know, generally have capes and antennas and whatnot, so overall, I really like this battle pack. The builds are pretty good as well. The speeder is the slightest bit too bulky, but I really like this. It just works well. And yeah, overall, this is a really good battle pack. But that's all from me for now, and bye.